Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel Vijaya Ishwar Melodies. Today we will be covering our recent visit to Switzerland and Germany. So we started our journey from France, from Mumbai to Paris we went, and from Paris to Cologne we went by train. Cologne is the fourth largest city in Germany, 2000-year-old history with the Roman roots. And Cologne Cathedral is a UNESCO listed famous heritage building. Then you have the famous Cologne perfume, which is made here. Then Cologne Cathedral we saw there, and one of the important tourist attraction is the cable car across the city on over the Rhine River. So that's this is the Lovelocks on the Rhine River Bridge. This is by the side of the Rhine River. In the evening walk, we took some pictures there. Um, and This is again the cable car which we took over the Rhine River in the Cologne city. It's a very exciting, some 15 minutes cable car ride. Um, Very beautiful 360-degree of view of the Cologne city you see, and also the entire river is can be seen. And the Rhine River passes through the entire city. You can see the picture of the cable car. This is the boarding point for the cable car. So a 2 day stay is enough for Cologne tourist attractions. A beautiful city, as I said, fourth largest city in Germany, and 2000-year-old history they have with the Roman roots. And the famous Cologne perfume is also made here. This is the cathedral, Cologne, some of the skyscrapers in the Cologne city. It's a very big commercial center, and this is a beautiful view of the Rhine River when we were traveling from Cologne to Frankfurt. We took a train from Cologne to Frankfurt, and the journey was very picturesque. You can see some of the steamers, some of the cruises in the Rhine River while going through. And then in Germany, we took a steamer, a cruise for Rhine River Valley trip that started in the morning. They took us to the Main River, took in a boat to the Rhine River. From there, we went in a steamer for a whole day, full day. It was a really very wonderful trip. It's a UNESCO listed Rhine Valley. We had a village tour there. Then you can see from your steamer itself the winding loops of the lower mountain ranges. You have the medieval castles there, small villages you can see there, and you can see the passing by cruises from your steamer. So it was a wonderful whole day entertainment in that steamer. They provided lunch in a village. So we had in a German village. They halted for our food, and very picturesque view from the of the mountains, of the meadows, green meadows. So it was a very excellent view from our cruise. So it took the journey almost takes from whole day from morning to evening. This is the picture of our village lunch in a German village. They took us for a lunch in a village home. In fact, the village home. This was our menu. All vegetarian, all vegetables mostly. So this was the menu served to us for the vegetarians, and non-veg they had their separate menu. And we had a little stroll in that village area also. It has a beautiful sight, all the hills and meadows and rivers. So that's a fantastic tour of the Rhine Valley cruise, which is a morning to evening. They pick up you at the hotel and then drop you at the hotel. So this is a uphill way, and this is again the Rhine River on the banks of the Rhine River. From Germany to went to the St. Moritz then by train. Almost 5 stations we had to change the trains, including Zurich. And St. Moritz is a very famous for the alpine resort. Winter Olympics are hosted here. Ski resort is there. Some of the pictures we are seeing, beautiful scenic pictures of St. Maurice. So beautiful place. We stayed in a hostel, in fact, and a good food was available. Um, these are the pictures in the vicinity of the lake there in the St. Maurice. As I said, it is famous alpine resort, and Winter Olympics are hosted here. And famous ski resort, little bit expensive township. It says that it is one of the 10 expensive cities of the world, obviously. So from this is the station of the St. Maurice. We were going in on a train from there to Zermatt, and the train's name is Glacier Express. One of the luxury trains of the Switzerland. There are two luxury trains. In fact, one is Bernia Express, which comes from the Rome to Zermatt, and this is Zermatt. This goes from St. Maurice to Zermatt. You can see the wonderful Alps foothills, beautiful views, and you can see the train view also where we were sitting in this train. This is known as a Glacier Express. And we were also served vegetarian food in this train with all lentils and rice and papad. It was a surprise for us because in Glacier Express, Indian menu is being served for those who want Indian food. And you can see the Alps mountains because the entire train for 8 hours passes through the Alps mountain region. And if it is a winter time, it would be all snow covered. But since it was April month, so the snow had already a little bit melted. So this is the beautiful luxury train. Wonderful experience in this Glacier Express, almost 8 hours, starting from St. Maurice to Zermatt. So, and in the evening, we deboarded the train at Zermatt station, and throughout the day, it was passing through the Alps mountain range, just in the foothills of the Alps mountains, and a beautiful scenic view. One way, on one side the Alps mountain range, and on the other side the green meadows and the villages, the Swiss villages. So that was wonderful, and one of the stations we are passing through, that see the village roads, wonderful lovely roads in the Switzerland village roads. So very beautiful journey. One must travel in these two trains definitely. One is Bernia Express, and one is the Glacier Express. Both are very important trains. You can see the sheep here rearing on the mountains, green meadows. So very picturesque journey. So in between, they stopped the train at one station just for us to stretch our legs. So we went out and took some pictures outside the station, and you can see how wonderful was the view there. En route, our Glacier Express from St. Maurice to Zermatt. So you can see the wonderful location where the train halted, and we could go out and take some pictures. In the background, you are seeing the beautiful train, luxury train, Glacier Express. Little expensive, but yes, it is worth going in this train. You have to book the tickets in advance, otherwise it's difficult to get the seats there. So at least 1 or 2 months before, we must book the tickets. And if we book from India itself, then it is a little bit cheaper compared to going there and booking it. And if you are holder of the Swiss pass, it is still more advisable. Then we reach the Zermatt. You are seeing on the backdrop that pyramid-shaped Matterhorn mountain. Zermatt is famous for that. You have what you are seeing just behind this, the pyramid-shaped Matterhorn mountain, very famous. Then you have luxurious mountain dining there, world-class mountain railway there. Walt Disney movie Third Man on Mountain was shot here in that Zermatt. and opposite railway station, luckily we got a Indian restaurant, Golden City. So from there we took a train to next day to Geneva, from Zermatt to Geneva, and Geneva, what you are seeing here is the broken chair, one of the very important. This symbolizes the struggle against the landmine and cluster bombs and urging governments to ban it. So that is at the UN headquarters. What you are seeing behind me is the UN headquarters there, and opposite is the International Red Cross headquarters at the Geneva. So I'm just standing before the United Nations office in Geneva. This is the United Nations Geneva office. One of the attractions and important thing is that Mahatma Gandhi's statue is seen there inside the campus of the UN Geneva. Um, then we went to see CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research. Scientists use most complex and scientific instruments to study the constituents of the material there. So this is the CERN, which is it's on the western outskirts of the Geneva city, and this is again the Lake Geneva. Lake Geneva is very famous. You can have a boat ride on that. So we are having a boat ride on that. Lake Geneva is very long, from almost Geneva to almost near up to Zurich. You can see while going in the train, and there is a big fountain in the middle of the Lake Geneva. Very picturesque. In the backdrop you have the Alps mountains and very beautiful sight, Lake Geneva. So one of the important tourist attractions of Geneva, one is Lake Geneva, one is the CERN, which is very important, and then the UN headquarters, then headquarters for the International Red Cross Society. These are the places of tourist attractions. And very important thing is that once you land in Geneva, you check in your hotel, in your mail immediately you get a free transport pass for the entire Geneva. So any mode of transport, whether be it tram, bus, train, local train, everything you can use with that pass free of cost. So within Geneva, you have the free ride totally, because the moment you check in the hotel in Geneva, you are given that pass. So this is the CERN, as I said, that is the CERN, European Organization for Nuclear Research. So as I said, the scientists use most complex and scientific instruments to study the composition of the material here. So that's we almost spent half day here. We went by train from Geneva station to this place. It is in the western suburb of the Geneva. So this is a very important place to visit for the visitors, tourists. Worth seeing that. It almost takes half day to visit the entire complex of this CERN. So that was the